Welcome to this new video where we're going to talk a little bit about Test Drive Solar Crown. Because tonight, October 23, 2025, the developers did a YouTube live stream discussing everything coming to the game in Season 5. It's a really big update that's coming, maybe the biggest one for the game in terms of content, but especially in terms of features, since there are a lot of systems that are being completely reworked for this update. So today, in this video, I want to go over Season 5 and simply summarize everything that's coming in this new update, in this new version of the game. One key new feature in Season 5 is a major graphics upgrade. The graphical upgrade was especially clear in a recent video on the game's official channel, which we couldn't fully appreciate during the live stream, because the YouTube video compression algorithm is not at all the same during a live stream as it is in a regular video. And during live streams, the video quality is always much lower. It gets pixelated, it's not great, but that's not the game's fault at all, nor the developers, it's really YouTube's fault. So I suggest you imagine the graphics awaiting you in Season 5 of the game by using the devs' released video instead of the live stream. So it's a graphic overhaul that will mainly improve everything related to lighting effects, shadow effects, but also everything related to water effects. That's especially noticeable on the beach in Ibiza. Before, it's true that right here, we had water that looked really strange, very pixelated, which really made it look like a game from the PlayStation 3 era. With the new graphical version of the game, it really changes things. And now, we have water that's worthy of a PlayStation 5 or PC-style game. By the way, just so you know, speaking of the PlayStation 5 version, the console versions will also get a graphical upgrade. The developers said during the live stream that they know the console versions, especially PlayStation 5, still have optimization issues, and that it's especially on these versions that the graphic optimization team is working to improve console gameplay enjoyment. So normally now, with this Season 5, we should already see an improvement in optimization. But optimization itself will continue in the coming months. And once the console versions are really as clean as possible, the developers will then focus on optimization. They're already much better than at launch. And the game's economy system will also get another overhaul. Until now, Solar Crown's economy has been tough. You had to play for a long time just to earn a little money and buy 1 or 2 cars. With Season 5, we'll earn more money as all rewards have increased. So, the developers said it directly during this little live stream. And maybe it was a little jab at Forza. They explained that you shouldn't expect to have wheel spins in Solar Crown either, which don't give us overpowered rewards, but instead each race or challenge completed gives us a bit more money than before. It will focus more on rewards after all challenges, missions, and events. It's also a rework of the style system, now going up to level 99, letting you earn much more money. Additionally, the game will offer new income sources. That means there are things we used to do in the game that didn't earn anything, but now they'll bring in a little bit. All this will make buying cars in the game easier and faster. Plus, we'll be able to resell them in the game's economy. So it's the same here. The developers spent a bit more time detailing the system. All the cars in the game can be resold, except for the gift cars. For example, I'm thinking of the Porsche given to those who had issues at the Solar Crown Gold Edition launch. All the wrecked cars as well, so the cars you'll collect while exploring in the open world, and all the Solar Pass cars. Those cars can't be resold, but all the other cars, you'll be able to sell them. Keep in mind that each car will have a greater or lesser depreciation, which will be based on several factors. The first is the rarity of the car. The rarer a car is, the lower its depreciation will be. Mileage affects your car's resale value. The more you drive, the less it's worth. But what you add to it, in terms of performance parts and also aesthetic parts, will increase the price of the car. So, this resale system? It's especially going to be useful for all the cars we buy to complete a race or two and then don't really use anymore. That will allow us to get back a good part of the money we invested so we can reinvest it in another car, which will also help us progress in the game. There will also be a rework of quite a few menus, especially the map. But the developers didn't really go into detail about that. We know the main menus are also being reworked, but it's not a big deal. The developers want to shift from the game's original high-tech, futuristic appearance. It's something the devs thought was cool, but it was generally not well received by the community. They're gradually removing it. And for that, so they reworked the game's main menu to make it a bit more classic. We'll see. We'll see our car displayed in a small showroom, which actually might serve as a bit of a teaser for the future house buying and customization system we'll have. Let me remind you, in Season 8 you'll have to be patient. Indeed, we won't have the bluish futuristic look of the menus anymore, along with a rework of some options, locations, and features to make them more intuitive. There will be new races, especially in Ibiza, but more importantly, new cars. There are no surprises about the cars in this update. as most were confirmed earlier. This conference is especially for those following the letters and the community. But the cars confirmed for this new Season 5 are the following. Aston Martin Grand Touring 3 Vantage. This is truly a real race car, and it's actually the first in tethered Solar Crown. Until now, we had the FX 6K, which is a track-only car but not registered in any racing category. Here, it's a Grand Touring 3 car. It's the first one in this game, and it will be unlocked when you reach level 50 of the Season 5 Season Pass. By the way, if I'm not mistaken, this level 50 reward is free, meaning you don't need to have the paid Season Pass. There's also the Aston Martin DBS Superleggera, which is new and doesn't seem at first glance to be a pass reward. So I think it'll be a car that you can simply buy at the dealership. The De Tomaso P72 unlocks at level 15 of the Solar Pass. There are also several new special car versions in the game, including 2 particularly cool ones. These will be highly modified, visually distinct versions of the Nissan Gran Turismo Racer and BMW M4. Available in the game as rewards, featuring large body kits and upgraded performance, but also a much more aggressive sound, with more backfires and higher-pitched tones. These aren't really brand new cars per se, but there's still some nice little new content additions. And by the way, since we're talking about customization, you should know that this update will also introduce a new type of customization. Technically there are 2, but one matters more. That's right. You'll be able to add new horns and, more importantly, spoilers to the cars, which wasn't possible before. If I understood right, we'll unlock these spoilers with the Solar Pass and then can install them on almost any car in the game. The developers have explained there are various shapes. For example, a Ford Focus, a compact car, doesn't have the same spoiler as a Bugatti Chiron. Basically, making sure that the spoiler fits the shape of the car so it doesn't make it look ugly, quite simply. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I think it's heading in the right direction. New visual customizations are cool. Season 5 also marks poker's arrival at the casino, though it's still not fully finished. The developers warn there are still bugs and things that need polishing, but according to them, the game mode is finished enough that the vast majority of games go smoothly. So it's poker you can play at the casino, knowing there are 3 rooms. The first room is for small bets, with games starting at 1,000 chips or 2,000 credits. The next room starts at 100,000. The Ruby room will be for high-stakes bets over a certain amount, but you can't enter it immediately. You'll need to have already played several regular poker games or games in the previous 2 rooms to ensure you understand the rules and don't lose all your money in one poker game. There's also, in terms of features, the new taxi mission system, which we've been talking about for a little while now in the game. It's finally here. There weren't a lot of new things announced on this topic during the conference because, in reality, a lot of information had already been given, so we've already had a pretty good idea of what to expect for a little while now. Basically, if you've already played the taxi game made by Nacon, it's pretty much the same thing. In the test drive universe, races will show up on the map. I have races, taxi races, and taxi missions marked with a logo similar to the car transporter one. Some need a certain car, while others require a specific, sometimes fancy outfit. By the way, I'll mention that developers have reworked the outfit system. You can quickly create outfits and switch them based on your contract type, with each piece of clothing bringing more or less elegance and more or fewer relaxation points. For example, there are clients who will ask you to be extremely elegant and others who don't want to worry about it and don't care much. So it will depend on each mission. You can save up to 3 outfits and quickly switch between them without reconfiguring each time. That's still cool. Basically, these are taxi missions where you take your client from point A to B following instructions. Some will be in a hurry and will ask you to drive faster, while others, on the contrary, will feel a bit sick in the car, and they'll ask you to strictly follow the speed limits. Cruise control is a new game feature that lets you set a speed regulator on cars, a limiter you can use for casual driving in the open world or during taxi missions. To respect the speed limit, to make sure you don't exceed it, you'll have to stick to the speed. You'll have set departure and arrival times, and your 5-star rating will adjust based on your driving. Drive well and your rating goes up. Drive poorly and it drops. Simple logic. Sometimes customers speak to you, so don't expect any wild conversations, but there will be small talks that could slightly alter the mission. For example, discussing a shortcut. Sometimes customers ask, do you play this or that radio station? Or do you open, for example, the windows? All the actions in the car that you can usually control will have an impact on your taxi missions. The better it goes, the bigger your reward at the end of the mission. Next week, We'll meet several times to test the new cars and customizations. It's an update that seems pretty promising to me, because to sum up, we do have better graphics. With the previous updates, we have better artificial intelligence reworked physics. We're going to have better optimization, and we have poker. We have a new taxi mode, which complements all the conveyor modes and the no heads-up display modes we've already had in the game in previous seasons. We have new races, levels, solar pass, cars, customizations, and more. Really looking forward to discovering this Season 5. Also really looking forward to seeing what the future holds for us. For Seasons 6, 7, and 8, which should also be big seasons, especially Season 8, so don't hesitate to share your opinion about the season in the comments. And of course, don't hesitate to leave a like and subscribe for the next videos. We'll see each other very soon for a new one. Ciao!